In today's behavior chat, I'm going to talk about how to build your dog's trust in you. So helping anxious dogs and the family that love them has been near and dear to my heart. Not only did I love a very anxious and reactive dog, but I've helped my clients with their anxious or reactive dogs. So today I wanted to give you a few tips when you're trying to help your dog trust you. So we're not going to address any behavioral issues besides that trust component. If your dog is anxious and having a hard time trusting you, hopefully you'll find these tips helpful. So I really do recommend seeking a positive dog trainer who's well versed in dog anxiety and uses only positive methods to help you. They'll be able to dive deep into your dog's history to fine-tune what's going on and give you customized tools that will help you. The other thing I want to note too is that behavior isn't just about behavior. A lot of times it has to do with medical issues too. Speaking with your dog's veterinarian is always a good idea. You may even need a second opinion with both a vet and a trainer. But all that said, it takes time. So when I'm working with a client, I often look at that dog and I think about how much baggage is that dog carrying. One little issue, and is that issue a little small bag, or is that issue a big monster bag? And if we have lots of monster bags and maybe a couple small bags next to them, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to take some time, and it's going to take a lot of patience. So let's get to it and talk about ways to help your dog build that trust. So first thing, if we want to build our dog's trust in us, we have to be trustworthy. So we want to make sure that we're staying positive and upbeat, and we're not being negative or scary. We want to boost our dog's overall confidence in life and their confidence with us. No more reprimands, no more dirty looks to your dog, no physical pain. And this also includes if you're using things like underground fencing. Not a fan, I don't recommend it, and I definitely don't recommend it for dogs that have anxiety. Some dogs are completely shut down. They pancake to the floor, they won't look at you, they won't engage with you. For those dogs especially, we need to be slow, calm, collective. So I tend to get really animated and happy and goofy, but with these dogs, I have to completely tone it down. So if that's your dog, think about calm, collective. Think about micromanaging their environment. Meaning if you have grandchildren that come over and they're a little, all over the place, that might be a good time that your dog is somewhere else. Again, we want our dog to feel really comfortable, especially in his own home. So no rushing towards your dog, no taking his space, no body blocking. Since eye contact is threatening in a dog's language, that direct stare and looking at them could be very intimidating. So if your dog's nervous around you or nervous around other people, don't stare at them. Kind of look off to the side with kind of a light, happy face. Blink your eyes. When you're trying to make that eye contact, it's short and sweet, so it might be kind of a glance over with a happy face and then a glance back away. And then there's the notorious hugging and reaching. We want to think about dogs and dog behavior and what they tend to think of. When they meet, if they jump on top of each other or grab each other or move quickly towards each other, that's threatening. So if we reach towards our dogs, reach over our dogs, hug our dogs, that can be seen as very threatening. So don't do it. So when we think about interacting with our dogs and petting our dogs, especially our shy dogs that we're trying to build up that trust, it's not about us going towards them, it's about them coming towards us. So instead of moving forward and moving your body forward, you're going to actually do the opposite. So you're going to turn sideways or even away from your dog, bend down if even possible, kind of look away and tap your leg so that you're encouraging your dog to come towards you. If they're super, super shy and really building up that trust and confidence, you might not pet them yet. So they might kind of come up towards you and kind of look at you. Then I would just kind of, oh, you're such a good dog. Aren't you so happy? You're so handsome. So that you're talking to them in a nice calm voice and giving them that mental feedback that things are good. You're teaching them that you're trustworthy. If they're building that confidence to come check you out and you reach for them, even if it's just trying to do an underhand scratch, and they're going to back off and go, oh crap, I knew I shouldn't have done that. And it's really hard for us humans, especially because we love our dogs and we love dogs and animals, and all the dogs and animals love me, right? And I'm not saying me, but that's how we feel, that every dog's gonna love me. I can make it work, and you can make it work, but you want to make sure that you're letting it come slow. You're letting it come on your dog's term. Hold off longer than you think. You can also drop food as you're walking around the house away from your dog. Again, not towards your dog, away from your dog, and they're watching you. You can drop food. So you're walking away and you're doing a little bit of a food trail, and they're gonna come up maybe and eat the food. High value food, so like meat, that sort of thing. But again, it's them coming to get the food, not you reaching over for the food. So if you're walking around the house, you're going from point A to point B, and the dog's there, and again, they're really uncomfortable about you walking towards them. That makes them nervous. But you need to go from here to there, and the dog's there. See if you can get your dog up by having a couple of snacks. If they're getting to the point where they know their snacks and they know what they're gonna get, then you can try to take those snacks and go away from where you need to go to bring the dog somewhere else, give them the snacks there, and then go back around. We want to think again about going around the dog instead of towards the dog. So sometimes we can't physically do that unless we move the dog somewhere else, so we can toss some treats somewhere else. And when you toss treats, be careful about how you throw it. Sometimes it's that kind of underhand, kind of sideways toss, so that you can kind of spread them out over there. The dog goes there. Big enough arc around that dog. You'll see dogs arcing other dogs too. So big arc around that dog. The lower we are, the less intimidating we are. So if a dog's standing there or sitting there and we're standing up, we're higher and bigger and hoverier, so we're a little more intimidating. So again, if we can kind of squat down, turn the other way, don't look at them, that whole thing, that's always helpful. So if you're on the sofa and they've been kind of coming and investigating you, or maybe they're even, hanging out with you, but they just don't quite want you to pet them or touch them, I always like to have yummy treats in my pocket. And while they're there, I'm just gonna take the treat close to my body, and I'm not taking that treat towards them. I'm letting them decide if they want to take it. And if I'm still at the stage where I'm just kind of dropping it and letting them go scoop it up, that's fine too. There will be that point where they do start to come up and take that treat. Again, a week, a month, a year, depends. And once they're doing that, and then they're starting to feel more comfortable about taking food from you, then you can start doing a little more hand feeding for your dog. Once you get to the point when your dog's getting pretty comfortable with you and your movements and your gestures and taking food from you, then you can start doing some training games and some exercises that will help build up their confidence. I have a lot of videos in this channel about teaching them tricks and games and things like that. So take a scroll through them so that you can kind of take a look and see what's going to work for your dog. The fitness and conditioning behaviors are actually really nice to build up that confidence for the dogs. And the important thing to always keep in mind when we're trying to build confidence for our dogs, we have to make sure that our criteria is so low that they can be successful. Because if we think, all right, I want to teach my dog to put 2 feet up on the block, pull out the block, and your dog's like, oh my God, there's a scary thing in the room, I'm out. And that's all you do, and you go, oh, he can't do it. You haven't built up his confidence, you've actually knocked it down. So if you see that happens, you have to pivot your training criteria and go, oh, I need to teach my dog that new things in the room is safe and comfortable. I don't need to be scared about it. That training exercise might be where you take that block or whatever item, it might even be something even less scary, like a book, so it's not as intimidating. It might be something that he's actually at least seen before. So I take that book and I put it on the floor, and if my dog looks at it and just maybe slightly turns his head towards it, I can go, yes, meaning you've done it correctly, yes, and then toss him a treat. So now he's learning, okay, there's a book in the area, or that block in the area, or object in the area, and it's not something to be afraid of. It's something that predicts food, so something that's good, so it's not a scary thing. And so you're going to kind of build from there. And then over time, it's, all right, I took a step towards the book, I took a step closer towards the book, I touched the book, I put 1 foot on the book. So again, you're just kind of building that criteria. Another great way to build up your dog's confidence and just to kind of let them release energy is to let them go for sniffy walks. Sniffy walks are so underutilized, it blows my mind sometimes. But dogs are dogs, and dogs see through their nose. So I love to allow my dog just to investigate the world at his own pace with his nose. To help my dog not get confused with loose leash walking and sniffy walks, I always give a verbal cue, sniffy sniff, and then he's free to go sniff around, and I'm going to follow him around with his leash. And he's going to go investigate at his own pace, investigate what he wants to do. He may sniff one spot for 10 minutes. That's all right. If that's what he wants to do, that's fine. I will make sure that I'm kind of guiding him if I need to keep him out of something or not up into someone's yard. And the way I do that, I usually will actually look down on the ground and kind of like pick up a leaf and kind of like, wow, you know, what is this, you know? And a lot of times that curiosity of what does she have will get the dog to kind of come over and investigate, and I might kind of point on the ground, oh wow, look at that. And so now you and your dog are bonding. And even if there's not anything physical on the ground that you can see, you're just kind of like pointing to it and kind of tossing up some grass, they're going to, again, investigate with their nose, and you know that there's scents down there. So they're going to go, oh wow, yeah, I can smell that too. And by doing this, again, we're building up that trust. We're allowing our dogs to be dogs. We're letting them kind of go, all right, this is so fun. And then you know what else we're doing? We're teaching them that you are an awesome person and have a great sniffer and can be a lot of fun. The other way you can kind of jumpstart their scenting and their interacting with their environment is even in your front yard. You can take your dog's dehydrated treats. You can go snippy sniff, and you toss a handful of those treats on the ground and let your dog kind of sniff around and root around and pick up those food snacks. One of the other things is if you're working with a qualified dog trainer, they're likely going to be able to help you figure out some natural remedies that can help your dog build up that confidence quicker. I can't suggest what to try right now because it really is fine-tuned to meet each individual dog's needs and their environment and their baggage. So hopefully you found this video helpful. Remember, your dog is counting on you to be patient and kind. And again, if you need help, please seek a professional that can be you and your dog's lifeline. If you found this video helpful, please hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and you can click the bell icon. You'll be notified of every time I release a new video. And if you want to dive deeper into your dog's behavior, training, and care, check out my Patreon page. The link is below. Until next time, remember to pause and enjoy life, and we'll see you in the next video. Do I have any Cavalier King Charles Spaniel families out there? Do you want to connect with other Cavalier parents who truly get it? If so, make sure you join our vibrant and positive Cavalier Facebook group. Dexter and I can't wait to welcome you.